4 games remain of this season. We sit 7 points outside the European places. We play 5th place Leicester and 7th place Chelsea today. It's a slim chance, but it's a chance. There's your table, and everyone's pretty much on 34 games now, a few on 33, but there's a whole bunch of teams on mid-40s. 2 on 45, 2 on 46, 1 on 47, then Chelsea on 49 with a game in hand still. So that could be 52 if they win it. But the key point is, we do play 5th and 7th. Now, I think it's unlikely that Leicester are going to get pulled out of this race. They are 4 points clear of Leeds in 6th, as things stand. So they're probably going to be all right. 7th place Chelsea, however, beating them, that's an effective 6-point turnover. And the remaining 2 games of the season are Aston Villa and Norwich, who are in that pack with us. So we are beating rivals at this point, if we do beat them. And we remain in contention thanks to 2 draws. Yep, that's correct. Relegation threatened Tottenham and top of the table Liverpool away from home. You bet your ass we drew both of those. I genuinely don't understand it. The Spurs game was reminiscent of that Brighton match I showed you last time round, in the fact that it was incredibly dull. I effectively completely flipped the positions for the Liverpool match, and we were much stronger. Liverpool ended up with a better XG, but we were very strong away from home. Again, Dubravka on a 6.7, despite making 5 saves. And just a reminder, for making 7 saves against Southampton, but letting 6 in, 7. I can't believe that goalkeeper ratings are still a thing. As I said, for that Liverpool match, I did flip the positionings. I've put Willock as the Mazzala on the right-hand side. I put Adeyemi as the inside forward on the right-hand side. So Maximan is an inverted winger on the left-hand side. So those roles have just flipped sides. Willock as a right-footed player is going to do Mazzala on the right-hand side. I realised I wasn't using both Willock and Benacer in the same lineup, which I probably should have been doing. So Benacer is an effective DLP in that position, so he will be there. And Willock is effective as a Mazzala, so he will be the Mazzala in this system. So I get to have my best players on this pitch now. I'd optimise the front 3. Wilson, Saint-Maximin and Adeyemi are the best 3 front players we've got. And whilst Adeyemi, a bit questionable whether he's the best one, he does have the potential, so game time is nice. The back line is confusing. I don't really know what to do with it. Everyone is being pretty even with each other in the same positions. Otavio and Lewis are both about a 6.7. Hateboer and Mbabu are averaging high 6.9s. I don't know who's better at either, still. And we're 4 games from the end of the season. The one thing I will say, though, is last time out with that midfield 3, they all had above a 7 rating, which is the first time I've seen that from a midfield 3 all year, I'm pretty certain, apart from possibly the 4-0 against West Ham, where everyone's ratings were fantastic. So this is the way we're going to line up then. Dubravka in goal, Lewis, Mings, Soulé, Hateboer, Benacer, Gagliardini, Willock, Saint-Maximin, Adeyemi, and Wilson up the front. I just realised there's a returning from injury Lascelles on the bench, which I probably should have taken off. Interesting question from Scott here. Chelsea have been disappointing in the Premier League, being in 7th. Before I hit record on this, I did just look at the job security because I realised last time out, Watford haven't sacked their manager, and they're in the relegation spots. Considering that's Watford, that's very surprising. So I thought I'd just check. Ranieri is under much pressure, apparently, as someone went really close there. I saw the name Thiago Silva. He plays for Chelsea. Pretty certain he didn't have the header there. Yeah, Ranieri's job is very insecure, but so is Tuchel's. Lewis with a throw-in. As Liverpool take the lead against Southampton, we do need to pay attention to those teams that are in this chasing pack with us, of which one is Southampton. That's not going to get to Adeyemi. Chilwell gets in the way, and there's Saul, who's probably really loving his time in London so far. Fairly certain I've not seen him on a pitch yet. Kovacic scores, who I think is injured currently, but in real life. But he's fine here. Yeah, Sal's not had a lot of game time, has he? I never really understood. I didn't understand that transfer. I said it at the time. I didn't understand the Saul transfer. Chelsea didn't need any more midfielders. Anyway, Saint-Maximin on the corner again. Mings is... Tell you what, we've had 2 highlights and they've both been corner ones. I think this tactic might be something, if they can just get the headers on target. Mendy, hoofs it. Soulé heads down. Willock, out to Saint-Maximin. Not quite. But that's actually... Oh, for God's sake, Lukaku straight through the middle. Dubravka, good save. Are we defending narrowly? Because that went straight through the middle of us, and I'm concerned that it did. Oh, there's a back post header again. There was an off-the-line clearance in that. I told you they keep happening. Oh no, it hit the bar, I think. But once again, back post, nobody does anything. Please fix this straight away, SI. Saint-Maximin's been injured. I'll take him off at half-time. There's 4 minutes to go. Actually, I don't know if Saint-Maximin's going to recover this highlight's sort of begun whilst he is injured. Sometimes the players do recover from knocks. Mendy gathers this ball, rolls it to Rudiger, Daviv, Kovacic, Mings down to Lewis. The Kovacic goal was a sort of genuine good play goal. Back post header at a corner. Yep, Adeyemi, there's the back post, and we're going to strike. Oh, wait, no, because Callum Wilson, for some reason, doesn't understand reactions. Oh, our striker's broken. Our striker's genuinely broken. I did a draft with Immobile, and he scored no goals. Why did Callum Wilson not react to the rebound at all? How did a 37-year-old Thiago Silva get there first? You've been terrible so far. Sort it out. Yeah, Saint-Maximin's got a little bit better after half-time. Oh, now Adeyemi's been injured. What is it with Chelsea? Okay, they're both injured. Right, Barco on. Almiron on. Havertz on a free kick. Good save. Benacer's booked on a 6.4. Gagliardini's on a 6.5. It's not great for Lewis is on a 6.1. I think left backs are broken. For some unknown reason, Lewis is just going down in ratings, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to take him off, otherwise I'll get a media question. It's a free kick from Benacer. It's found Gagliardini, I was going to say, but he decided not to run. Lukaku's managed to get that ball, but Otavio sorts... Why are we kicking it at Chelsea players? Werner's somehow onside. Benacer on a corner. No one's short there. Mings has scored. I mean, I told you the corners would work eventually. There should be a person short on him, but it might be Benacer actually the person that should be there, because I've taken Saint-Maximin off, who takes the corner on that side. But Barco should be second choice. I don't know what happened there. I'm not happy with that performance. As Tuchel will survive another day in the job. I'm sorry, what? It's always disappointing when things don't go to plan, but we have to retain a certain sense of perspective. It's not like we're Plymouth. Why Plymouth being dragged into this? Also, apparently this counts as poor form. Beat Man United, drew with Spurs, drew with Liverpool, lost narrowly to Chelsea. Poor form. The good news, though, both the injuries back for next week. This is new. 1st of May, and I'm getting what is effectively a reminder of this year's youth intake. I mean, that happened in March, and these players were signed in March, but for some reason, I'm getting this piece of news now again. But here you go, here's this year's youth intake. We have one player who might be good. Abdul Diallo might get 4 stars. He's got 16 vision and 16 work rate. I like that part, at the very least. Well, the interesting news is nobody's winning around us. The gap remains 7 points, but there's only 3 games to close it. In case people are wondering, I decided to make Munoz permanent. It's £2 million. His potential looks good. He's done well in non-competitive. He's not great now. I don't really see why not. Also, Sully now knows English, which is probably going to be helpful. Okay, so Everton did do a win, and it looks like Aston Villa might have won as well. I've missed that. So really, what we're aiming at now is best of the rest. Gotta get past Villa. Oh, good. Benacer's out of the remaining 3 games. I did say that Leicester probably was safe, but if we beat them now, Leeds are 1 point behind. Chelsea have gone ahead of Leicester because they won their game in hand midweek as well. 45 points for us. Win this game, it's 48. At best, we're looking 8th or 9th. Everton or Aston Villa. Palace are relegated as well. Confirmation through there. So it's the Bundesliga boys back in for this game. The Wolfsburg fullbacks, Otavio and Barbu, left and right, and Dahoud back in the deep line playmaker role. For the injured Benacer in that case. Otherwise, the lineup remains the same against Leicester here. Right, so the European dream is effectively over at this point. But, for Christ's sake, I mean, it's not a bad sub to have, but had to pour on from Barbu. What I was going to say is, why is nobody going after those balls? What is the point? But anyway, what I was going to say is, each place in the Premier League at the end of the year is worth a couple of million, so the difference between 14th, say, and 8th could be significant. I'll check afterwards. I think it could be as much as like 12 million, the difference between those 2 positions. Possibly even more. Otavio on the overlap to Saint-Maximin. He still has Otavio in support. Otavio whips it to the back post where Adeyemi waits and misses. Better though. Now, if I remember rightly, Patson Daka's from exactly the same source as Adeyemi, right? They're both Salzburg. They're both products of the Salzburg conveyor as, oh look, another corner's been scored. Though this one I don't think was back post, it is Vestergaard as well, who is giant. Bear in mind our 2 central defenders are 6'5", so... Oh, it did sort of go back post, but the player who went for it did jump with him this time. Don't know who it was. I'll let that one slide because that was probably just more a case of Vestergaard being enormous. Jose Perez to Lookman. I mean, that's just shambolic defending. That's just shambolic. How can any match engine decide a player defends like that? What is that? What is that defending from? Hang on. I think it's Sule. Sule, who's been fantastic all season, just decides to watch Lookman go past him at a 6-foot distance. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. And bear in mind, we beat Man United like 3 weeks ago with this exact same set of players. And to the back post-ish, it wasn't an accurate cross, thankfully, that time. So Maximan, there's option on the left if he just did it when the player was running. Davio, Dahoud, Gagliardini, out to San Maximan. That's the ball I was talking about last episode, the crossfield ball from to the inside forward inverted wingers. That's the ball I was saying is happening a lot more frequently since I made them both attacking. You've not seen it yet, but that ping across, Adeyemi in the space, and I think that's his first goal actually, that ball's largely been going left to right, right to left, sorry, to San Maximan. I think that's the first time I've actually seen it go left to right. I mean, I've been presuming it has been, but I've just not been seeing the highlights because it's not been Adeyemi for a while. It has been Amron, who isn't quite as good at the shooting. I probably haven't been seeing the highlights. Willock, it's 2-2 suddenly. Is that 2 assists for San Maximan then, who is sad for some reason right now? I'll find out what that mood is later on, but he's got a sad face, and you can see it just underneath my box. But it's a good move and good finish by Willock in the end. Allen's fine by half-time. 2 goals late in the half. Suddenly, it's got interesting again. Keep working hard until full-time is what I've gone for there. It seemed to get a nice response, so I'm fine with it. Tyrone Mings on a 6.3, so I'm going to guess that he was the one that failed to mark Vestergaard. Looks like he's been listed with a mistake or something. I'm just going to say, the person who was marking Vestergaard in that corner highlight didn't look particularly small, so Mings does make sense. Attabor, Sule, Gagliardini. Wilson is in here. He's gone a little bit early there with the shot, I think. Casper's still in goal. Casper's still good. That wasn't going to test him even if he had got it on target. We've had 2 shots on target. They've gone in. I mean, there's no substitute I want to make at this point. 18 minutes to go. There's a highlight. Tauvio, Dahoud. Maybe this highlight will change my mind about substitutions. Mings brings it forward to Allen. Wilson is, I want to say dispossessed. Is it dispossession? Is it a lack of peripheral vision there? What happened? He just sort of had the ball and then suddenly he was within 2 other Leicester players. That was a bit of a baffling situation. Anyway, Dubravka saves from Daka as Leicester bring on Jesse Lingard. That's a transfer that might surprise some people. Dewsbury Hall, back post. Oh, there's a surprise. Swapping the wingers who are knackered. I can't swap Joe Willock because I had to make a substitution in the first half. But I had to ball out to Thule. I hate it when the players make a decision which doesn't work with your commentary. Amaron. Well, he's put Wilson through here. That's a good ball from Amaron, and he's kicked it near side. Far post. Far post, Callum. You're better than this. You saw it last episode. You scored 2 goals. 1 was a penalty, but Mings... Oh, hello. Mings at the near post. I dare say this corner tactic works. Mings just gets the ball ahead of whoever's at that near post, and it's in the back of the net. As bizarrely, Leicester go to a more defensive formation as a result of that. Interesting tactics from Brendan there, who, of course, isn't Newcastle manager because I am. I feel like the only FM worlds where Brendan Rodgers isn't Newcastle manager are the ones in which that human people are the Newcastle manager. Well, what a turnaround, eh? It's a shame it wasn't 2-0 at half-time. Then I would have got an achievement for the 3-2, but never mind. Actually, looking at the form from Leicester there, that popped up in that press conference, they are bottling it. So, interestingly, Leicester's failure to maintain European places in recent years, well, Champions League places in recent years at the end of seasons, is being paralleled. But that win, 48 points, brings us 2 points within Aston Villa. We play them next. And Norwich is the final game of the season. Right, so Mbabu's out for the remainder. And just to quickly check those rules, which, they don't actually show it. But the prize money gaps are actually even. It is just shy of 2 million a position. So, yeah, so the gap between 8th and 14th would be about 12 million. So it's a lot of money. There's a lot of money's difference between finishing upper mid-table and lower mid-table. Not that Newcastle need the money, I suppose, at this stage. Overall balance says 133, but I don't know how much money the board pump in every year yet. I've not reached that stage, so I don't know. But quite simple, as I say, next time around, Aston Villa and Norwich. They're the remaining 2 games of the season. I'll bring you... Why is my camera doing this? Well, it wouldn't be a week on this channel without some kind of technical issue. I apologise if that's been annoying you for this episode. I've just noticed that Tyrone Mings has scored in 3 consecutive games. I think the corners work. But anyway, I will see you for those remaining 2 games of the season, and hopefully, much like our season as a whole and this video now, we've brought Newcastle out of the dark and into the light again. Let's hope that continues. I'll see you then. Ta-ra.